Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back with a new unboxing video because I received mail recently. A hefty parcel thing, kind of, coming in from Salzkotten, where Andreas Davids, a.k.a. xotox, lives, and he sent me a parcel. Format-wise, it is, or could be vinyl, so I know he has got a new release out, but let's find out in a minute what this is. Very lightweight, but I think this is a vinyl album. But let's recap on today a little bit, because, well, it has been the hottest day of the year so far. I guess we broke the 30 degrees Celsius mark barrier today in Hamburg, and very hot. Obviously, thunderstorm was coming, heavy rain was announced with like 60 liters of downpour per square meter and stuff, which happened. But interestingly, well, public transport in Hamburg, especially the S-Bahn, the tram, not the tube is the U-Bahn, which is run by a different company, but the tram, the usual like commuter train, whatever you want to call it, which is run by the BANDCAMP company. It is so ironic because it's like the first heavy weather event within like a few months, like with heavy rain downfall, with like thunder and lightning and all that stuff, and immediately, like it had just started, they announced that they had like technical difficulties, that they couldn't run S-Bahn trains on one specific route, which is the main and most important route through the city. So they had to like redirect trains, and like we had big major like delays, and within like 15 minutes after the whole thing started. So it was like so obvious that they were not prepared, and that they don't do anything to be prepared at all. And well, obviously in winter trains run late because it's snow. In autumn they run late because their leaves are falling off the trees, and they cannot figure out how to remove them from the train tracks. So whatever effect that has on the train. And yeah, then the bus, it was raining, and we were all standing in the rain waiting for the bus, and no buses showed up. And then they had like water on the street, like in 2 cars where I have to leave the stop from the S-Bahn and take my bus to where I live. There is like a bridge, and there is like a little bit of well, not really a tunnel, but you have to cross under the bridge, and obviously the street is a little bit lower than the surrounding areas, and so we had water like pouring down the street, which was like kind of deep, I think. And 2 drivers like tried to run their cars through this like big messy puddle, and well, not successfully. So the bus wasn't running properly and had to take a big like redirectional route and stuff, and it was just a mess today. But it's like a mess every day in Hamburg, and I'm like pretty pissed and stuff. So I had to go onto a little rant route here, because well, it's weather. Like you run not in a like close area where you can like a toy train or whatever. So companies have to prepare for whatever events there are, and like a little bit of rain, even if it's a downpour, a heavy downpour, shouldn't like interrupt the entire like train system and leave all the commuters stranded. So it's like a nasty day today. So but let's go into a more positive thing here, and open this expertly packed parcel with my bigger blade, which well didn't open properly. So oh, and I had rain pouring in into my flat as well, because I left one window open, which I leave open usually, and rain was so heavy that I had a little puddle, and also on the thing where I sleep. So this is like kind of wet and drying off. So well, and we got styrofoam. Neat. That's a neat packaging. Proper styrofoam thing, which and more of that. So this goes away, and we got bubble wrap and a lot of things. I gotta pull those out. So a lot of stickers, a lot of, oh, you're spoiling me, mate, you're spoiling me. more stickers and even more and more styrofoam and well, got all of them out? No, not yet. Okay, let's dive into the stickers and stuff first. So we got, of course, a little flyer for Tiefenrausch, which is a radio show that Andreas Davids, a.k.a. xotox, runs on an AR radio, I guess, some small like internet-based radio station on every first Wednesday of the month, like late night, ambient, a little bit of industrial leaning music on there. There's the back, so we got some flyers here. We got xotox stickers, which just with a xotox logo. We got more stickers here with live and die for music produced by electricity, I guess, or by electrical means. Xotox 25, which is, of course, celebration of the 25th anniversary of the project. We got more stickers here. Okay, this is a lot. So this is a contact for Andreas Davids as a manufacturer for electronic music. And we got if you've seen those. Ich bin da, ich funktioniere. We got some more flyers for that album, which is the album I've done a remix for, and well, I'm gonna link a video to that, or like put a link to that unboxing for that album in the end card. I've done a remix for that as well, which is featured on the CD version, and the album actually went #1 in the like top position in the German industrial or German alternative charts actually. Die Strömung der Welt, another single by xotox, a digital single. More radio, more of those, and more of those, and we got xotoxicology, which is also a recent single which celebrates, recent digital single which celebrates the origins of xotox as a rhythm industrial project. So a lot of additional content on here, and we got some expertly wrapped, bubble wrap thing. Handle with care. I really like that approach, so we're gonna handle this with care. And oh, this is I've seen a thing, and I'm pretty curious if if my imagination is getting that right through the bubble wrap, because this could be a very like complicated cover. So we got a lot of bubble wrap which goes away somewhere, and this is they didn't do that. They surely did not do that, I think. So what we got here is an album, and as you put it, they sent the album outside of the. Those guys are insane. That's what I gotta say in the first place, because it's madness. So we got. I still don't have an album title, but it's on the ANT-ZEN label, which you can probably recognize through that little ant here, which is one of the, I guess, longest standing and most famous German labels for industrial, rhythm industrial, experimental noise. They also have like a harsher sub-label called Hymen, which also released early works by Venetian snares, and Hypnoskull is on there, and a lot of very famous industrial acts. My brain is blanking out right now, but there is a great album on the Hymen label by Marco Passarani, and what they did here, this is super insane. All these little things. This is a die cut cover. It's hyper complicated. This must have cost a fortune to produce, and to manufacture, because this cover has a lot of little holes on there or in there, where you can see the inner cover or the inner artwork through, which is this one, A Great Train. And this is a collaboration album by Anatoly Grinberg and Andreas Davids, inspired by a tragedy. This is the proper album cover. This is the full artwork thing. And obviously this is inspired by a plane crash, I guess. We'll dive into the information later. But I'm still like pretty confused by the die here. Here you can see that there's little inlay cards. Those are moving in there. So this is hyper complicated and hyper complex, and of course super easy to damage. So I gotta take care of that and put that in a proper protective foil. This comes with an inlay as well, inspired by a tragedy. Looks like this. We got another additional ANT-ZEN inlay. With the entire logo. I used to have like I bought like a hooded sweater and like some record bags from them back in the day as well. So we got a download code which I won't show, but there's also more, I guess, from the inside of the plane. And once again, the inspired by a tragedy logo. And we got the record in itself, which is like a 7-track album. The label looks like this. Flip side looked like that. Super neatly cut by Schnittstelle. So I wonder, this is the catalog number 543 of the ANT-ZEN label. This is Jana at Schnittstelle. Probably. Schnittstelle is a very famous cutting studio run by Andreas. Oh, I forgot the last name, but I've very, very briefly met the guy at some point, like super briefly, but I know that this is a famous mastering studio which has been around for 20 years maybe. But the name escapes me right now. So once again, here's the artwork. Not much said about the music in itself, but the titles: the beginning, the night, it's quiet outside, we are awake, voices from the future, the silence between 2 seconds and the end. Well, what direction are they pointing in? This could be ambient and dark ambient. This could be more like electronica leaning. There is some breaks happening here, so I think there is rhythm or rhythmic elements, and then like well, breaks with like silence from what I can see. We got intros, we got outros, which are distinguishable through the way the light reflects on the album. So music-wise, I still have not really a clue. But going by the assumption that I know what Andreas Davids is doing, and as a solo artist, which is more like often like dark ambient, a little bit of electronica infused, and I presume this is not xotox leaning in terms of like EBM industrial hard techno. And having a little knowledge about the back catalog of the ANT-ZEN label, I come up with the assumption that this could be a little bit electronica leaning, maybe infused by rhythm industrial for a good part, very atmospheric, in a way very darkish, maybe bleak even, according to the artwork, and to what this looks like. A little bit post-apocalyptic, and well, I'm very curious, so I'm going to review that in a few days on my website nightstyles.de, probably before the month comes to an end. So we will see what how this goes. Sending a shout out to Andreas, a.k.a. xotox, for sending me this one, for sorting me out. I haven't listened to an ANT-ZEN release in quite a long time, so this is a very welcome addition to what the new ANT-ZEN is. I got like a stack of maybe this big of old like classic ANT-ZEN human releases sitting here. And I've put those in my, I have had this in my hands when I like rearranged my record collection recently due to the construction work. So this is inspiring for sure. I'm gonna take a deep look into this and review that, of course. I'm rambling way too long, so this video will be like 15 minutes or so. So I'm gonna stop rambling and get this to work and get this video to upload. So thank you very much. I will dig into this review to be found on my website, nightstyles.de. Another unboxing video or whatever pops up here, you know where BANDCAMP is and stuff. So baze.djunkiii out for now. See you in the next one.